I'm live. I just finished my sixth Perry Mason book, and this was the seventh that he wrote. He wrote it in 1935, and it is the case of the caretaker's cat. I don't like this book. So I've really liked all of the other Perry Mason books I read. I prefer them to Agatha Christie's so far in general. But this one, it's convoluted. Too many details that are separate from the main event, and he too mysteriously knows everything that's going on when nobody else has any idea. I know that general type of situation goes along with a lot of murder mystery books, but this one's to the nth level. It starts off, this guy was simply trying to maintain his cat, and he was basically being forced to not have him anymore. And Perry Mason took it on as a case, even though there was no murder involved at that point. And later, there becomes two separate murders involved. And so you could see that it's not only solving one murder, it's solving two. And some of the details are quite just ridiculous to me. I can't go into too much depth because I don't want to. Man, the sun is really frying my face here. Let's do it like that. I don't want to go into spoilers because, surely somebody's going to read this at some point, and I don't want to perhaps discourage you from reading it, but I will want to say this. There's other ones that are better. So The Case of the Velvet Claws, which was the first one he wrote, and I think the first one I read, that was way better. And actually all the other ones, if you go back through my reviews, they're way better than this one. This involved, I'll just give you pieces of it. Of course, a cat. It involved diamonds, which you would think that has a James Bond kind of vibe to it, but it doesn't really. It involved not a pipe, but a crutch and a fire and a person getting killed over the head and another one burning in a fire. There was a lot of interesting science regarding autopsies and whether a person died of smoke inhalation as opposed to, and there was carbon monoxide poisoning from a car through a tube. So whether a person died in a fire or from a tube, and based on the time of inhalation, whether or not it was pre-fire or post-fire. So I'm not going to give you the solutions to those pieces, but they're all in here. But the science involved was quite interesting. It said that someone, if they died of carbon monoxide poisoning, that their blood was like a cherry red color. Never heard anything like that before. Not sure how accurate that is. It's probably true. But in general, it was all over the place. Perry Mason running around pretending to be married and buying cars. And then just at the very last end, the guy that did the crime just happened to confess to the police, which just wrapped it up pretty easily for Perry, who was in a court defending someone else. But I found that quite absurd that they'd just say, yeah, it was me. Anyway, I didn't like this book. So I've got a whole stack of Perry Masons, and I'm probably going to read another one here at the beginning of the year. Hopefully it's better than this one and more akin to the other ones that I've read already, because I didn't like this one. Case of the Caretaker's Cat. And I love cats, so I thought I would really feel for the cat who was named Clinker, but this one is a clunker.